Obviously, it's a short week. Iowa opens up Big Ten play at Rutgers, 7 p.m. on Friday. Coach Ferentz, never a fan of these short weeks, never a fan of necessarily the travel out coast to coast, but it is what it is. Facing this Rutgers team, though, you mentioned some of the mistakes that, happened this week in week 3, but where do they have to be better if they're going to beat this Rutgers team?
Well, I think you start at and I hate to be boring and cliche, but at the details. Okay. And that is things like, for instance, ensuring that no punts get blocked and you're right on your kicks. But I do think this presents some opportunities in the pass defense because you're going against a prolific pass offense so far with Ethan Kaliak-Manis, and they've been able to put up some points. They scored 60 the other day. I mean, they're against Norfolk State, so they're pretty good that way. I think though. That and probably still protecting Gronowski. And then, with Gronowski, it's a lot of making sure you get the ball out of your hands, you're making your reads faster, because there are times when he's taken sacks this year that are not on the offensive line, they're on him, and he's got to make those things faster, and it's just another step in the process for him.
Yeah.
I think a big thing for this week for Rutgers is Iowa is their first test. They've played Ohio, they've played Miami, Ohio, and they've played Norfolk State. So this is Rutgers' kind of first go at it where Iowa had the Cyhawk. So I think it's going to be really about not making those mistakes. I think just whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win this game, because I look back to the Cyhawk, and what really sticks out was that Gronowski interception down the right side of the field that got returned right back, inside of the red zone. And, plays like that you cannot afford to have, especially when you're just starting out in league play.
Yeah. I'll say this, that in the 4 games they played Rutgers since they joined the league, that they've outscored Rutgers 93-17. And they're 103rd in sacks and 97th in sacks allowed. I think Iowa has a chance to dominate in this game, frankly, and force some turnovers. It's just going to be a matter of, can they slow it down enough on defense, their passing game. And then if they can do that, then I think this will be another decisive win for Iowa.
Yeah. So you're saying the turnover could happen this week. That'll be good.
I think so.
Well, Iowa State, they are now 4-0. We'll talk about the Cyclones a little bit. They are now 12th, too, after a narrow 24-16 win over Arkansas State. I think between the costly penalties, Rocco Beck's throwing his first interception, Kyle Conradi, he missed an extra point, went 1 for 2 on field goals. The defense was obviously tested in this one, and they got bailed out by some Red Wolves penalties. I think this was a little bit of an eye-opener, but probably a good time for Iowa State, too, to head to a bye.
I don't understand the scheduling to go into Arkansas State.
Don't ask me.
I understand from a lower revenue perspective that Iowa State has, that sometimes you get these 1-for-1s or 2-for-1s where you don't have to pay them as much and you get to go to their place. But for a program like Iowa State, which is now a top 15 program that's competing every year for the Big 12 championship, you have the opportunity to what happened, which is you're going to a place where it's almost 100 degrees. You've played 2 of your biggest rivals in a 3-week span. You've been across the globe, and then you come back and you're kind of a tired, cashed out football team. You needed a little chance to play at home or play another South Dakota type team. Instead, you're on the road against a team that has a lot of talent. They're not really good, and then you have all that happen. That's why you almost lost.
You bet. Well, we are going to go back and answer some more audience questions and get to our pick'ems.